Now, I've somehow managed to lose the box of this set in one of my 4 box monsters that I have around me. However, I figured I might as well still review it to give you a little bit of content while I plant the seeds, which is actually very much on brand for this park tractor here, for some more content. So let's jump into it. The figure themselves looks pretty good, having a bit of a park-themed overall, which also carries over to the tractor. The watering can in this lime color looks really good. He's pretty happy about his job. The dark green hat is also a nice addition. The back just continues some patchwork for the overall, and it's a nice minifigure to get in this set. The only thing that could have been better about this guy is if they included a water piece, because the majority of the pieces that I have that could fit in that watering can are flames, and I don't really want an arsonist going around parks. So hopefully, if they ever do something like this with the watering can again, they'll include one of these pieces in translucent blue so that we don't have this problem. But we also get a squirrel in this set, just a plain brown squirrel, still a lovely print, which means I can go ahead and add more squirrels to my cantina stash, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. Some of the base accessories are these nice and lovely printed acorns, which just look fantastic. We get ourselves these tree saplings here on this 2x2 brown plate. And then it also comes with this printed ladybug, which looks fantastic, which they've released in a few sets, but I think is still a nice inclusion. And also this adolescent tree, which also is just a nice piece to get, especially since it fits very nicely with the theme of this set. On the back of the trailer here is a nice inclusion of a brush to kind of clean up the area around once you're done planting, and also a shovel to make sure that you're actually planting the trees into the ground and not just leaving them there sitting in bags, which I think is a nice little touch of detail, which will definitely add to the imaginative play. The tractor itself is a very functional build. You've got yourself the canopy, which can open up so that you can place your minifigure inside. And then you've also got this nice little printed logo here, which I believe is printed. Yes, it is. I don't remember. It's been a little bit. But I think it looks nice. It definitely matches the design that was already previously displayed on the minifigure, so it keeps on brand with the theme. The wheels, obviously functional as ever. You can roll it around. The trailer will follow suit, which has these different wheel designs, or at least for the tire, which I don't think I've seen quite some time, so that's at least something of note. And you've also got some slots so that you can put your tree, and you can put your little saplings back so you can go ahead and plant some more in your park district. Now, thematically, I think this set is very good. I think it raises a bit of the awareness of the growing tree problem that we have, and realistically, it fits a both functional need of just planting trees around your Lego city, but also raising awareness for that fact that we should be planting more trees logistically, because we don't want to just be chucking trees every which way, but we want to make sure that that's a bit sound when we do it. But I also think that it brings awareness to the fact that we could have more stuff in relation to just parks and such, which I think brings on to the thing that has really made me want to speak about something, because I feel like we could, with the new plant lineup that has just sprung up and brought us some interesting sets, and also the new Tranquil Garden that has spurred up, I feel like maybe at some point we could get ourselves like a nice national park which introduces back the kind of animal theme, animal rescue that we had a little bit ago, and also some kind of these natural elements where we have just some park goers here tending to the trees, making sure that everything is nice, and potentially we could have some smaller builds. Not necessarily something like this, but I think a more natural focused where we get something that's a bit more integrated with nature, that has like a little bit of a nature path. Maybe you have a few citizens just walking through it, but you're also mainly focusing on something that's a bit more display. So I think that would be something that would be more 18 plus category, but it would also just look like something presentable where you could get similar themes to what you have here, but also something a bit more upscaled that would look good as a standalone display, but you could also use it potentially as just a lot of things. You could have a forest fire scenario where you just bring in some of your fire pieces and you try to put it out with your firefighters. You have a bit of a nature walk where you can try to hide all of the animals. You can kind of do a bit of hide and seek. I think that would bring a lot to the table, and it's kind of rambled on a bit from here, but I feel like that kind of concept could be something a bit interesting, even though I've kind of presented it a bit haphazardly, I would say. So I hope you enjoyed this tiny review where I've forgotten basically 50% of the elements, but take care. See you next time. Bye.